Students, welcome to the literature class. Today I am going to complete the chapter of A Spark Neglected Burns the House. I will read out the remaining last page of the chapter and also I will explain simultaneously. After this, I don't think so that we are going to have any literature class of this season, that means of the May, and then you will have another lecture. You will have fresh lectures from July. In between that, I will be available there on the portal every day 4 to 5. You can put your queries there. Holiday homework will be uploaded by tomorrow. You will see it there on your portal and you have to do it carefully, read the instructions carefully. And every Monday for English language practice sheet, you have to visit the portal and you can download, you can see the worksheet being uploaded there and you have to solve in a week's time. By that time, you have to complete your literature assignments or work in your literature notebooks. In the language, you have to complete all the exercises. Whatever work is given in writing section, you have to complete it in the creative writing notebook. Alright, so wait for the next class. Enjoy your holidays, keep reading, keep learning and stay safe. Reading of page number 39. When Ivan was about to catch him, someone struck him a sudden blow. It was Gabriel who, holding an oak wedge which lay near the gate, had struck with great force. Ivan was stunned. Everything grew dark around him and he staggered. When he was back to his senses, Gabriel was missing. It was as bright as day, and from the side of his homestead there came a roaring and a crackling sound similar to an engine. Ivan turned around and saw that his bag and side shed had caught fire. The flames, smokes, and pieces of burning straw were being driven in the hut's direction. "What is this, friends?" Ivan cried, lifting his arms and striking his thighs. "Why, all that I had to do was just to snatch it out from the eaves and trample on it. What is this, friends?" he kept repeating. At Ivan's house, they only managed to save his father. The family escaped in what they had on. Everything else except the horses, which had been driven out to pasture for the night, was lost. All the cattle, fowls, carts, plows, and the grains in the granaries, all were burnt up. At Gabriel's, the cattle were driven out and a few things saved from his house. The fire lasted throughout the night. The next morning, the village elder's son came to look for Ivan. "Daddy Ivan, your father is dying. He has sent for you to say goodbye." Ivan had forgotten about his father and did not understand what was being said to him. "What? Father?" he said. Children, now I am explaining this slide. Whatever is written in this slide, I am explaining this. When Ivan was about to catch Gabriel, when he had set his house on fire, he was not able to catch Gabriel because Gabriel, who was hiding, held an oak wedge. Wedge means a piece, you can say, a log of wood in his hand, and he had struck on Ivan's head with a great force. Ivan's head started circling and he was stunned badly. Everything grew dark around him and he staggered. He was not able to stand properly or move. When he came back to his senses, he found Gabriel missing, and it was a bright day. And from the side of his homestead there came a roaring and a crackling sound similar to an engine, and a very hoarse, a very rough kind of a sound as if engine was working was coming from the side of the homestead. Ivan looked at his back and saw that his shed had caught fire. Shed means the roof shed had caught fire. The flames, the smokes, and the pieces of burning straw were being driven in Hut's direction, and the fire was rising and it was reaching towards the hut. "What is this, friends?" Ivan cried, lifting his arms and striking his thighs. He was so horrified that he started shouting for help, and he said to the people, those who were around him, "What is this happening? Why, all that I had to do was just to snatch it out from the eaves and trample on it. What is this? Why, I have to only snatch it out from the eaves and trample on it." Means he said that I have to only pull out all these burning pieces from the shed and I have to put a step on it. What is this, friends? He kept repeating. He was so shocked that he started shouting and he kept on speaking something to the people around him. At Ivan's house, they only managed to save his father. The family escaped in what they had on, everything else except the horses which had been driven out to pasture for the night. At Ivan's house, that means in their family, they could only save the horses which had been sent for the pasture that night. Rest everything, cattle, fowls, carts, plows, grains, everything was burnt up. Nothing was left. And at Gabriel's place, cattle were taken out safely, and a few things they could save from their house. This fire kept on burning for the whole night, and both the houses burnt badly. They were completely devastated. They were completely destroyed. The next morning, the village elder son came to look for Ivan, and Ivan helplessly looking at all this destruction which had taken place. The next morning, village elder son means the village head son came to Ivan with a message. He said, "Your father is dying and he has sent for you to say goodbye." Ivan, in all this confusion, in all this disappointment and destruction, he forgot about his family and his father. He did not understand how to respond and what was being conveyed to him. When he heard about his father, he was shocked again, and he said, "What about my father?" He sent, and he was so shocked, he was so lost, and he was so lost in looking at the destruction that he was completely forgotten about what he had and what he had lost. "Whom has he sent for?" "He sent for you to say goodbye. He is dying in our cottage." "Come along, Daddy Ivan," said the elder's son, pulling him by the arm, and Ivan followed the lad. When he was being carried out of the hut, some burning straw had fallen on the old man and burnt him. He was taken to the village elder's hut, where the fire did not reach. When Ivan came to meet his father, there was only the elder's wife in the hut, besides a few children on top of the oven. The old woman went close to him and told him that his son had come. He asked him to be brought nearer. Ivan came closer. "Ivan, I say, Ivan." "What, father? What must you do now?" he asked. Ivan was weeping. "I don't know how we are to live now, father," he said. The old man closed his eyes, moved his lips as if to gather strength, and opening his eyes again, said, "You will manage. If you obey God's will, you will manage." He paused, then smiled and said, "Mind, Ivan, don't tell who started the fire." hide another man's sin, and God will forgive two of yours. Saying this, the old man took the candle in both hands and, folding them on his breast, sighed, stretched out, and died. Ivan did not say anything against Gabriel, and no one knew what had caused the fire. Ivan's anger against Gabriel passed away, and Gabriel did not tell anybody. Initially, Gabriel felt afraid, but after a while, he got used to it. Both of them left quarreling, and now, students, when elder son had come to convey a message to Ivan, Ivan was completely lost at that time, and he did not know that the son was speaking about whom. He did not understand, so he absent-mindedly asked that who has sent the message and whom are you talking about? Then the son told him that your father, who is dying in our cottage, has sent a message for you. And on the way, he told Ivan that last night, when the fire had broken out at your house, at your hut, your father was dying inside. He was rescued from there, and while he was being carried out of the hut, some burning straw had fallen on the old man and burnt him. Therefore, the man was taken, he was carried to the elder's hut because it was far away. It was at a distance so that the family could be saved. When Ivan reached to meet his father, there was only the elder's wife in the hut besides a few children. The old woman went close to Ivan's father and told about Ivan's presence. Ivan's father told the women to tell Ivan to go closer. Ivan, father, what father? Ivan said, yes, father, I am here. What do you want to say? I don't know how we are going to live now, father, he said. Ivan expressed his anxiety that, father, everything is lost. We have lost everything. My hard-earned wealth and my all possessions have burnt into ashes. Now how are we going to survive? He was completely devastated and a broken man when he met his father. But father, on his deathbed, he gave a last lesson or a teaching to Ivan. He said, no, there is not a big deal in this. You will manage, and you can manage if you obey God's will. You will be able to. There is never too late if you go for reconciliation, if you go for correction, if you go for resurrection. You will manage. You have to do only one thing. You have to hide the another man's sin. You don't have to reveal. You don't have to stretch the fight anymore. And thus, do not tell anybody that who started the fire. You know who started the fire, but keep it to you. You will not disclose this secret before anyone. And thus, bury the hatchet. Thus, bring this matter to end here itself. And these were the last words, and the man died. Ivan followed his father's last wish. He decided that he is going to obey his father's last words, and thus he never disclosed before anybody that who was responsible for that fire. Initially, in the beginning, he had anger for Gabriel, but every day the anger slowly subsided. It passed away. Gabriel too responded in the same cool manner, and he also decided not to tell anybody about it. Initially, in the beginning, Gabriel was a little bit afraid, but later on, when he saw Ivan's response, he became comfortable and left quarreling. And their families let off also. While rebuilding their houses, both families lived in one house, and when the village was rebuilt and they might have moved farther apart, Ivan and Gabriel built next to each other and remained neighbors as before. They lived as good neighbors should. Ivan Sherbakov followed his old father's command to obey God's law, and if anyone does him an injury, he now tries not to revenge himself, but rather to set matters right again. And Ivan Sherbakov has gone on his feet again and now lives even better than he did before. It means that when Ivan and Gabriel decided to quit the quarrel, to come out of the quarrel, even the families decided not to continue with the feud or with the quarrel. When they were building their houses, when they were reconstructing their houses, they had an option to move apart and to make their houses separately, but still they decided to stay together, to build their houses next to each other. They decided to be good neighbors once again. Ivan Sherbakov followed his old father's command, and it did wonders. He obeyed God's law that if someone does an injury to you, instead of revenging himself, instead of revenging upon, one should be forgiving in nature and should forget all the feud, all the bitterness in the relation, and once again try to reconcile. And Ivan did it, and this time he got on his feet again, more strong than ever before. He became once again the prosperous peasant of his village. By Count Lev Nikolayevich Tolstoy.